Hey there, I'm Angella Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We had some great weather and some really cool events were happening in St. Louis. So on Friday night, I went to Ballpark Village, and thank you to them because they got me a meet and greet with Michael Ray, who was singing there. So I got to meet him, and he's a nice guy. Also, not bad to look at. So that was always fun. But then on Saturday, I got to do my favorite thing ever with one of my favorite people ever. I took my father out with me and we did a little event with the Firebird Club, the I-55 Firebird Club that I'm a part of. So we had a lot of fun and a bunch of Firebirds were out. There are some of us right there, all driving around the streets of St. Louis. So that's always a good time. I love it the most when we're like in a line of Firebirds and I can see Firebirds in front of me and behind me. Makes me very, very happy. And my little friend Caitlin, I don't know if you can see this bracelet, but she gave me a Firebird Fest 24 bracelet, like a friendship bracelet she made for me, and it's so adorable, so much fun. But I wanted to keep the fun going. So today on the show, I've got Benjamin and Dana. They are the co-owners of Dancakes. There they are right there. And I don't know if you have a shot of what's in front of me, but in just a little bit, they are gonna go ahead and they are gonna come out here and they're gonna do some awesome pancake art for everybody out here, which is so amazing. Look at this. This is going to be so fun. So let's get started on today's Daily Mix. Ready for longer days? I know I am, and the wait is almost over. Daylight saving time returns this weekend. This is when we spring ahead. So yes, you're gonna lose an hour of sleep, but if you ask me, it's totally worth it. If you know anything about me, you know I hate it when it's dark outside. That means when it's gloomy or cloudy or rainy, but also just when it gets dark early. And now we're gonna get that extra hour of sunlight at the end of the day. And I am not like an early riser. I'm more of a late in the day person, so I love it so much. So don't forget to set your clock ahead 1 hour when you go to bed this Saturday. So excited about that. Now there's a new temporary exhibit that is now open at the City Museum. It's the Upcycled Garden created by Attaboy. It features locally sourced recycled cardboard, house paint, and spray paint remnants. Many of the sculptures, when flipped over, give a visual of consumption, including pizza, COVID tests, light bulbs, Amazon boxes, and more. Now, Attaboy started making the colorful works during the pandemic lockdown, and the installation has continued to grow since then. The Upcycled Garden will be on display through June 1st. For more information, go to citymuseum.org. I think that looks really cool. I'm gonna have to check that one out. The Riverboats at the Gateway Arch officially open for the 2024 season this Thursday. The Riverboats' 60th season kicks off with daily 1 hour St. Louis riverfront cruises, exploring the history of downtown St. Louis, from its landmarks and architecture to the river's role, both then and now. The popular Skyline Dinner Cruise will return later this month, and the Paddle Wheel Cafe will bring back waterfront dining on April 5th. You can find a full schedule and all the details at gatewayarch.com/riverboats. In Her Sound will host its inaugural concert on International Women's Day this Friday, March 8th. Reclaim the Muse, Connecting Creative Women Through Music is a one-of-a-kind concert that will highlight works of women composers presented in music, song, dance, poetry, and art. Now the concert is going to start at 7:30 and will take place at the Ethical Society of St. Louis. You can find tickets and more information at inhersound.org. 314 Day just continues to grow and grow and grow. I remember having these guys on a few years ago with a couple events. Well, it returns next week to shine a spotlight on everything that makes the St. Louis region a great place to start Up, Stand Out, and Stay. Now this year's celebration will include an exciting variety of events and special deals, highlighting local makers, musicians, artists, businesses, organizations, and neighborhoods that are proud to be STL made. Special shirts, stickers, and bags supporting this year's 314 Day, created by Marley Billy D, will also be available. Now the festivities kick off this Saturday, March 9th, and run through next Thursday, March 14th, 314, remember. You can find all the details at the stl.com/314. Now, there is just a few weeks left for you and your dog to check out WAG at the Foundry Art Center. This one made me chuckle a little bit. I don't have a dog, but all you dog people are gonna love this. This is an interactive art exhibit, which was curated and designed just for your furry best friends. Dogs and their humans can enjoy art activities, artwork created with dog-friendly colors, and displayed at the dog's height. Pup-friendly sculptures and videos, and of course there'll be portraits of pups looking for their forever homes, and a lot more activities going on as well. They also have some special programs coming up, including dog yoga, animal shelter trivia, and Yappy Hour. WAG, an exhibition for dogs, runs through March 23rd. You can find all the details at foundryartcenter.org. Now, you know those imaginary friends we all had when we were little? They're really just figments of our imagination, right? Or is there something more to them? I'm very excited to see this movie. I haven't seen the movie, just this preview. You watch this preview of Imaginary and tell me what you think.
Every culture has a name for it. We call them imaginary friends.
How does it feel being back?
Good. I had such good memories here. Maybe my happy place can be our happy place?
Who left you all alone down here?
It was just my imagination.
I'm playing a new game with Chauncey.
The scavenger hunt list, that's fun.
Chauncey says you're not allowed to play with us.
Oh.
Because you left him. I need something happy.
Something happy. Ugh, that bugs freaked you out.
If I can finish my list, Chauncey will take me on a trip to the place he's from.
Something that hurts.
Alice?
But it was just my imagination.
You've been spending time with a new friend?
Running away with me.
He asked you to do something that hurt you.
That was part of the game.
Does that seem like a game a good friend would want to play?
Maybe we shouldn't play together anymore, Chauncey. Maybe we shouldn't be friends. No, 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 no.
Alice? 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 Alice?
She's lost, but we're gonna find her.
It was just my imagination.
Every culture has entities that tether to the young. We call them imaginary friends. You are always playing with your imaginary friend. When the connection is severed, the entity becomes enraged.
He says he's right behind you.
But it was just my imagination.
Can I hang out with your imaginary friend?
He's not imaginary. He's not your friend.
Okay, that movie looks awesome, but what's even awesomer is these guys have been working this whole time to try to show me some awesome pancakes. I've got Dana and Benjamin, co-owners of Dancakes. Thank you both so much for being here. But before you show me anything cool here, what I need to know is, what makes somebody go, I can't cook and I can't do art? And I can see doing either of those, but putting them together, who's like, you know what's gonna be fun? Pancake art.
Well, I always say nobody, at least nobody I know, would do this on purpose. It just kind of happens. You know, I started just because I met the guys who started the company, and I just happened to be friends with them. I filled in on drums in their band. Had absolutely no intention of doing pancake art, did not want to do pancake art. It just kind of happened. A year later, we went on tour together and like with our own musical projects, and there was a show they couldn't be at. So it's just like, well, you want to learn how? And I'm just like, sure, okay.
And now you're here.
And now I couldn't. I co-own the company, so I couldn't get out if I wanted to.
You can't leave. And how about you? How did you start?
I saw my first pancake art video back in 2016, made by the guys who founded the company, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. I've always drawn. What's weird is a lot of our artists in this company don't draw outside of the pancake art, but I do obsessively. And I was very amateur, don't get me wrong, but I just gave it a shot. I just tried it. I didn't think the company would ever like respond to me in a DM or anything. So I was like, I'll just make it up as I go. And I made something not half terrible. And they offered me a part-time job interview, and that was 7 years ago. I'm not even from St. Louis, but I moved here.
Moved here for this?
It made more sense than college at the time, yeah.
I feel like that's awesome. Well, I know that you guys have been doing some work here, and you're going to do something really live for everybody else to see too, but do you mind showing me what we've done?
Not at all.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll take this one, because I've got a logo here that you might recognize.
It's the Daily Mix logo! How awesome is this? Hold on, we're gonna get a great shot of that. That is amazing.
I'm glad you like it. And Ben, you get the other
well,
logo.
since we're on logos, let's just keep the train rolling.
Oh, the STL TV logo! How cool is that? Now I'm gonna let him get set up before you flip the next one.
Gotcha.
That is awesome. Okay, come back over here.
Yeah, and then, so we do logos. We can make anything. That's the kind of cool thing about what we offer, is we make pancakes out of anything in just minutes. So a very common request at events is to, people ask, can you make my pet? So we look at a picture, and in 5 minutes you can get that.
Perfect, that's somebody's dog.
Yes.
I love it.
So I went ahead and made this in case, just
your pet here.
Yeah.
So somebody could come up to you and be like, here's a photo of my pet.
Yes.
And you're like, I got this.
Yes, our job is to be human printers of a sort, just in pancake batter on a hot griddle in a few minutes.
Oh, I love it. And we got one more.
We got one more.
Hold on,
So
let's let our camera get over yonder there.
So you can ask for your pet, or you can ask for your face.
Or specifically Angela.
That's my face! I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to get so loud. They didn't tell me they were doing my face. That is awesome. That is my face on a pancake. Okay, that is so, give me my face.
Enjoy your face.
Are you gonna eat your face on air?
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So cool. Well, we're gonna get you situated, because you guys are gonna do a little something live for everybody to see here, which is gonna be so amazing. I'm just gonna hold my face all day. I hope that's okay. Oh, that's so awesome.
You usually do, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess I walk around with it. I might as well hang out with it. So fun. Okay, so now I know that we talked a little bit before you guys started going here, and you actually, Dana, said that you're not really that great at making pancakes. Oh, regular stuff.
No. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people say, man, did you go to culinary school or art school for this? And no, none of us, I guess we have 7 artists. A small handful of them have gone to some kind of art school, art training, but not a lot of them. And in my case, I didn't go to art school or cooking school. And it shows, because I showed you that video before we started of me trying to flip a pancake.
And you couldn't do it.
It was bad, and it's been bad for 7 years.
But you are really good at this.
It's a whole different process. Like if you see Ben here, Ben is starting with the outline.
Right, okay, so are you gonna tell us what you're making, or you want it to be a surprise?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'll say what I'm making.
Okay.
Ben's will be a surprise. How about that?
Perfect. What are you gonna make?
So I'm gonna be making sort of a specialty of mine. A lot of times if people don't know what they want at events, because again, it's all request-based, I whip up a unicorn for them. And I just really like to make it because, it shows all the colors, it has all the fun detail in it. So the first thing you do in pancake art is you lay down this black line work. The first question we always get is, so what is that stuff? And it's all pancake batter. It's
So it's pancake batter in different colors?
Yes, yes. You've got this drip cut here that went into all of these. It's just from the store. We just add water mix. We have a little secret, not so secret ingredient that we use just as like a preference, erythritol. It's a keto-friendly sweetener that helps our stickiness with our art. So that helps us, but it also makes them taste really good.
Right, absolutely.
So you actually want this batter to, unlike most pancakes, you actually want this to stick to the griddle a little bit.
Oh, okay, right, because when you normally make pancakes, you don't want that, but you want it to stick there.
Which is why I'm terrible at them.
Yeah. Because you see these lines here, it's like, you can see how they're stuck to the griddle as I fix my mistake here. Normally, if we didn't put that in there, they would actually come off the griddle. And then they would just disappear into the pancake and you'd never be able to see them.
Right.
So then you wouldn't get art, you just get a pancake in a shape.
And that's really hard for an artist to lay something down and have it vanish.
Have it stand there. And I think we talked before you guys came out here about how you guys either have to bend over or kind of sit down because of where the griddle is. But what we didn't talk about is how remarkably warm it is to have your face over a griddle for I don't know how many hours you do your events locally.
Right. Yeah, we definitely, there are events where, we request a fan just because this is about 220 degrees low for pancakes, but, still 220 degrees. So as you can see, we're using a towel to put our hand on so we're not burning it, but you can still feel that heat, just in general, you're feeling it. So
I was feeling it to start. I was sweating, it's great. So I can't imagine, but you guys have done some really, really cool events. Now, you probably can't tell us all of the cool events, but you mind mentioning some places you've been on, some places you've been to?
Yeah.
Sure. We've been on Good Morning America. We've been on the Today Show. We've been on, they do these Premier League fan events on NBC, and we've been on those a few times. We've been on the Australian Today Show, the Brazilian Today Show, a lot of Today Shows. And see, we just
did the NFL Super Bowl
the NFL
experience,
which is basically just like NFL Con. They just do a big convention wherever the Super Bowl is going to be. So it was in Vegas this year. We've done. We did Katy Perry's live stream.
Yeah, we've met John Cena twice for this, which highlight of my career.
I was gonna say that's pretty cool.
I used to be I am still a fan, but when I was borderline a teenager, I was just obsessed with him. So it was really cool to meet who was in my top 3 wanting to meet this person. And he was so nice. He's as nice as everyone makes him out to be. He invited us back to his dressing room. We gave him a pancake of his face. He ate the ear off and called himself Vincent Van Gogh. It was a great time.
It was a great time.
Very soft hands.
This is remarkable. We are now showing everybody what you are doing, Dana, right now on your work of art. And, you told us what you're making, but even as I watch it, I'm not sure how it's going to turn into that. So it's really impressive because you have to do this kind of backwards and upside down.
Sort of, yeah. So yes, it is a kind of strange way to lay art down because as you go, it does get covered. But the thing I always tell people is when I draw digital art, traditional art, whatever, I tend to make myself a line work and color it in. And that's how I'm doing this. And I like to say that, and I like to take make it sound a little bit easier because anyone can do this. It's just about drawing your line work and then coloring it in like a coloring book.
Right, of course.
So
sneak over to your side, Dana, and steal a bottle.
I'm just stealing everything. My apologies. But yeah, so it is just making,
So you guys will do events, right? So if somebody had a special event, they could hire, I know you said there's about 7 of you guys total, right? At Dancakes, you do pancakes, but for the most part, it's probably 2 people that come out to an event?
It depends. We've definitely done, we have a 4-artist event planned very soon. It's just a matter of the demand and, how long they want us.
Most events are 1 to 2 artists. But we've done events, 4 or 5. We've done 6, I think, is the max we've done at an event. It really just depends on how many people you're going to have. If you're only going to have 20 people at a party or something, then you don't need 4 artists for that.
Right.
1 can handle that.
A couple can handle it, and I'm sure it's quite impressive to everyone, but most importantly, I'm guessing kids think this is the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, kids really love it, but I'll tell you one thing. Kids have no reference for what you do this for someone in their 40s, 50s, 60s. They lose it.
Yes.
They lose it, especially if they're at a wedding or something and they're just hanging out. I will literally be like, hey, do you want some pancake art? And they'll be like, oh, that looks amazing. And then I flip it and you just see the,
Right.
Because kids, they're 4. So they're my mom makes pancakes faster at home. And it's that she does, Ted the toddler. I'm sorry.
She definitely does do that because this is not the same kind of pancake.
But to answer your question, people of all ages love this. That's why I sort of point, is kids love it because it's cool, crazy, it's their favorite cartoon character, whatever on a pancake or them. And adults love it because who's seen this before? This is still such, after 10 years of the company, this is still such a strange niche art form because we were the first professional pancake art company out there, and to this day there aren't a ton, and it's just a very cool niche art form.
It's absolutely amazing. I think it's cool, and I know you guys have worked with a lot of sports teams. We showed some with the Chicago Bulls, and I think you said the Blues. But I think that's really cool too, to do that at kind of like one of those events. Now, when somebody comes up, what's like the weirdest thing you've been asked for?
Oh, there's a lot of those. Yeah, there's plenty of different categories of answers, but we've definitely had the like someone asking for the artist's face, like I want you to make you, and then our artist Lee always talks about how there was someone who like ate his face in front of him. It almost felt like, I don't know, just
a little weird.
I guess she just wanted that reaction from him.
I think that might have been someone asked me to make Lee's face.
Awesome. No way.
Even better. That's even better. Like, hey, you make her face. And you're like, oh, yeah.
But a big thing people ask is, like, they come up with their phone, they're like, is this too complicated? And I always go on about how, like, you know, we have been asked for the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, the Mona Lisa. You did Starry Night at the last
Starry
event.
Night the other day. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, that's amazing. You look like you're ready to flip.
Not quite.
You tell me
they take a little lower just because of that low.
You take your time. You guys figure out what's going on. But
sometimes people come up and they think they're like, okay, you do pancake art, and then they give us
they're trying to challenge you.
Starry Night, and we're like, all right.
Well, because we only have 5 minutes. Every pancake artist, so you know, if you have 4 at your event, each one is putting out one pancake every 5 minutes.
Okay.
So no matter what it is, we have to keep it to 5, maybe 7, 8 minutes, you know, like, and that's the drawing. And then, we usually have 2 on at a time. So like I would draw it and then that would cook for like 5 minutes. That's why you saw the 2 on the griddle. And so it's just a matter of like, okay, you want the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? I'm going to take 5, maybe 6, 7 minutes on it. But the cool thing is that all you have to do is capture sort of the like, if you were to squint at it and the real Sistine Chapel, you'd see it. The spirit of it,
It's very similar to caricature. I mean, we could do caricature in pancake art, but I mean, everything we do is sort of akin to caricature in the sense that we just have to capture the essence, the feeling of what's there. So when you look at when you look at it, you get the same feeling you get from looking at the picture, or you know, it'd be a little different because you're like, whoa, that's pancakes, but
it's way different because it's pancakes.
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty good example. Like if they can see the logo, you know, you've got a lot of detail. You've got these gentle gradients. You've got splatter paint. You've got a brick wall. I just abbreviated it.
But it looks. I knew exactly what it was. It looks exactly what it is in my mind.
It is pancake art. Our motto is mistakes are delicious. Worst case, it could look terrible. You could simplify it too much. You could overcomplicate it and it burns or something. You are always going to get a pancake.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, you guys have a huge presence on TikTok, and I've seen you do a lot of famous people. I need to know, have you ever done a famous person on TikTok or Instagram where they then saw it?
Yes.
Like they didn't know you already?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Off my head, Lil Nas X reposted one. Billie Eilish. I know back in the day. Mark Maron. Back in the day, Lady Gaga.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm guessing their reaction. To me, it blows my mind that you guys are based in St. Louis.
Yeah, we love St. Louis.
You're going all over the country to do pancake art, talking to all these celebrities. To me, that just blows my mind.
Well, we always say that St. Louis is how we do this. We love St. Louis. You know, we just, I mean, you could say that more than me. I moved here.
This is the perfect city. I've done events in like San Francisco and stuff, and they're like, oh man, you couldn't get this anywhere else. I'm like, actually, there's no way I could do this if I lived in San Francisco.
Right.
Because I could not afford to do this and live in San Francisco. It's like, we get paid more than we should for what we do, but like,
I don't know what, but I got to tell you, what you're doing is so impressive.
Thank you. But St. Louis is such a perfect city, being centrally located, and also like we can afford to pay our bills.
We can afford to pay our bills.
We don't have to hustle to live our lives.
And that's just money. Like St. Louis is amazing. I was at Forest Park yesterday, my favorite place in the world. City Museum, you were talking about earlier, favorite place in the world. And we have traveled. We've seen all these places, every major city you can think of. We've gotten to go up in the Willis Tower and perform there, Tower of London, and it's like City Museum. Honestly.
I mean, I know a lot of people get married in this time of year or whatever, but I feel like instead of a wedding cake, you do pancake art.
Listen, we've done it.
Yeah.
I bet you have, because it'd be so cool.
And that's what these preserved guys are for, rather, that's a thing you can do with them. We have preserved pancakes. We figured out how to do it over the pandemic, because what else were we doing, you know?
This was a pancake you made?
This was 100% a pancake. It still is. We just freeze-dried it and laid it in resin. And we've had people get their wedding portraits and have this on this table at their wedding.
That is so cool!
Same with this one right here.
That one's pancake art too. I thought it was just three photos you were showing me.
Well, it's actually, oddly enough, it's a pancake art of a photo that I took when I was in San Francisco, because I I'm also a photographer.
Amazing!
So I think we're ready to flip.
All right, hold on. We're gonna make sure that I got my camera shot here. Are you ready?
All right,
Yep.
good to go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom!
There you
Look
go.
at that.
Get all those
That
fun
is
colors.
amazing. Because I watched you do it, and what it looked like upside down, and what it looks like right side up. I mean, that's crazy to me.
Thank you.
So much detail in that unicorn, which is really cool. Now I want you to get the actual flip of this one.
All right, we
Hold
ready?
on. Hold on. Wait a
Yeah,
second.
give
I'm gonna
me-
wait till you pop up there. On that. There. All right.
All right,
You ready
here we
on this
go.
one? Okay. This is the secret one. Look how much detail is in the Easter bunny with his eggs. Easter's coming up.
He's got to sit on him. He's got to wait for him to hatch.
That is so
It's a tough job.
cool. And I got to tell you, my favorite one is my face, but you know, that's just because I'm a big fan of myself. But I mean, this is so amazing. Like, I'll hold a cake while you tell people how they can follow you, they can see some of your work, and of course, more importantly, book you.
So you can find us on every platform under Dr. Dancake, Dr. Dancake. And then if you want to get a hold of us and book us, you can go to dancakes.com and you can email us or fill out a form online. You can also buy these griddles and colors and stuff to make your own pancake art.
Stop it. I am going to totally ruin that because that sounds like a lot of fun because I have no artistic skills or cooking skills, but that's cool.
Well, and if I may say, we do events. Please hire us for a class. We love teaching people how to
Oh, I
do
love
it.
that. Even better.
Buy a kit, have a class,
They're the
learn to
best.
make pancake art.
Or have a wedding and have people make your face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so fun. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know that you guys are really big on Instagram and TikTok, but you guys are all over the
Instagram,
place.
Thank you.
TikTok, Facebook, YouTube.
All the hits.
Yeah, the
You
artist
see some of
formerly known as
the-
Twitter.
Yeah, there you go.
But we're so happy to do local stuff, if I can just say. Love
Yeah.
the local events, please. We love
Yes, they're
doing
local
this.
to you.
It's wonderful to be able to do an event and go home at the end of the day.
I bet it is
That's-
instead of a
yeah.
hotel.
And just
or something.
serving our hometown, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really excited. After you follow them at Dancakes, make sure you follow us on all our channels. Of course, we have all of them up there for you right there. YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want, we've got it. And then don't forget to drop us a line and let us know what you think. Keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. And don't forget to check out Dancakes. See you next time.